TBT, Naruto.
EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. It's second round coverage of the Alberta Classic. We start off here at the first with a par 4, 414 yards. Frank, what's the key to playing this hole?
You could hit driver or 3-wood down there. Their only real concern, that bunker a long way down the left side. 3-wood would never reach that. And just a short iron in to a relatively flat green. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Now the approach shot here at the par 4 first.
Generous green, just a little bit uphill. Not minute, really. Big green to hit into, though. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
And he makes it for par. On to the second hole, 171 yards, tricky little par 3. That will be a great look at birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. So the dominant performance continues.
Yeah, we're watching two tournaments right now, the one at the top and the rest.
So a par 4 to open, then a par 3, and now Frank here at the third, a par 5 at 528 yards.
And you get to see everything very early on in the round. Dogleg left first hole, par 3 second, and now a long dogleg right, par 5. With a good tee shot, though, you can definitely reach this hole in 2.
Frank, they say you have to ride the wind. Boy, he got all of that one.
Got every ounce out of the conditions.
Second shot here on the par 5 third at Banff Springs.
Even though the green's protected by bunkers on the left, everything sort of kicks from the player's right to the left. So you can land that ball in the right section of the green, allow it to feed towards the flag.
Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. Getting set now over the putt. Frank, this is the kind of start every player wants.
Yeah, swinging it well. Certainly hit the ball in the right place there, and that good thing too. He's actually putting well.
Now to another par 3. This is the fourth hole, 192 yards, way down the hill.
It's going to play closer to 170 yards, Rich. You're going to have to reduce that distance by at least a couple of clubs. And consequently, if you hit one hanging up in the air, if you get a breeze that goes through that valley, it's going to start to sort of move that ball around. So just keep your eyes open there where that breeze is coming from.
Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, it's certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, that's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
So a tester from 4 feet.
Great, too.
Beautiful. Well, again, Frank, we get that good mix of holes here. We've had a couple of par 3s, a short par 5, and that opening par 4. Now at the fifth hole, 424-yard par 4.
The first bunker on the right, not really in play for the good players. Just be a little cognizant of that one on the left side, depending on what club you want to hit off the tee. Ideally, that line is the third bunker, the one in the distance. That's a good line off the tee here.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now at the sixth hole here at Banff Springs, it's a short par 4, only 373 yards, and the short par 4, Frank, all the rage in golf course architecture these days.
A lot more strategy involved when you've got a hole that you can nearly reach with a tee shot. It's how far back do you leave it, what sort of distance you want that second shot. All those things to compute. Straightforward, a little bit uphill. Basically, it's what you want for your second shot.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Frank, as we get set for this approach, what does our featured player need to do to regain some of that early round magic?
First, a bit of advice, really. Take a deep breath. Make sure all those bad thoughts get out of your mind. After that hot start, we all know they can play better than this, but they need to relax first of all and then let their game take over again.
That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good look at birdie. This for another birdie on this hole on the week.
That was cruel. It looked like it was certainly going in.
Okay, no problem with that one. 602-yard par 5, 7th hole. Frank, I'm guessing you want to take the big stick out and let it rip here.
Saw Rory McIlroy hit his tee shot. Oh, he is winding this one up. Does he have the power?
Beautiful looking shot right here.
Oh, that's fine.
Frank, this has been impressive. Game plan, stuck to it, hitting some quality shots.
He's really done his homework on the golf course, swinging well, and well, there's a few holes to go too. And this round could get even better. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
And he's set up for his third shot here, looking to get it on the green with this. How about that? Every green in regulation. Excellent ball striking today. It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round. And he has it for birdie. Frank, you like this kind of design feature where you go from the longest hole in the course immediately to the shortest hole.
Certainly, golf giveth and golf taketh away. This is just minimally uphill, just a couple of feet, but you can see from the overview the design of the green. When that flag's on the right, it's a little bit of a longer carry, so just be a little cognizant of that. You don't have to hit it directly at the flag.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
I'll tell you, he's setting himself up for a good weekend. Former college #1 makes another birdie. Just love the variety here on the front side, Frank, coming off that short par 3 8th. Now we go to another par 5 to round out the side, 501 yards.
And the third par 5. Interesting front 9 here. 3 par 5s, 3 par 3s, and 3 par 4s. This one, not the longest par 5, but still reachable. This one, you have to be a little bit careful, though. This is probably the toughest driving hole on the front 9 with regard to par 5.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Frank, as we get set now for this second shot to the par 5 9th, what are the options for the player?
The biggest thing to take into account, Rich, is just the general terrain in front, because you can always use that to your advantage. I know the green pitches from left to right. You've got two choices. Just sort of aim it a little bit left, let it kick down the hill, or just try and sort of turn it back towards the flag.
Superb shot.
Yeah, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Getting ready to start the back 9 here at Banff Springs. And Frank, you better be ready on this 10th tee. This requires a good shot.
Even though the hole looks like it bends towards the right, the best access to this hole is actually a little draw off that tee. That's the direction of the green, so a nice high draw in here.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
And what a great shot. Right next to the hole. It's about 5 feet. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. that's a birdie. On the tee here at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4. Is this a drive you like to hit, Frank?
It certainly is, Rich, but it's a little narrower than what your eye first sees. And the reason why, there's a tree sort of another 40, 50 yards down the right side past that bunker. So if you hog that right side, that tree can become a little bit of a problem for the second shot.
Frank here at the 11th hole, second shot, another chance to make a birdie.
Certainly is. The only thing you're guarding against here with that second shot into 11 is just going long. Pretty generous green once again. Because it slopes back into the player's face, the ball's not going to kick forward.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot in there. Easy birdie.
He's made it. Here at the 12th, par 4, 442 yards. Frank, what's ahead?
This one's called Big Bow. Hole's certainly a lot longer than the 10th hole, which is Little Bow. Dog legs to the player's right, a couple of bunkers down the left side. That first bunker on the left shouldn't be too much of a problem to carry. But once again, even though the hole bends to the right, you'd like to be down the opposite side of the fairway, which is the left.
Dialed in now for this second shot here to the 12th hole, Frank.
A chance for another birdie, Rich. Just be a little aware of the screen. Nice little rolls and contours and different levels. So just be aware of exactly where that flag is cut today. And just try and keep it on that section.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Thirteenth hole, par 3, 225 yards and heavily bunkered around that green, Frank.
It is, but that green gets narrower as the hole gets longer. Nothing wrong with hitting the ball sort of the middle part of the green here.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. And this will be a 5-foot putt here.
Great, too.
Beautiful. Back here at the par 4 14th, and we are ready to tee off. 442-yard hole, Frank.
It's called Wampum. My Canadian's not that good, so I don't know what that means, but the way I decipher it, another little dog leg to the right with bunkers all over the place. It's sort of in the place where you'd like to hit the tee shot is exactly where that crop of, what is that, 5 bunkers down the left side. So you're going to have to somehow squeeze it just right of that. Very awkward tee shot.
Frank, what are we looking at on this approach shot here at the 14th?
This 14th green just built up a little bit. Got to be careful you don't miss this green on the left side. It'll just kick all the way down, and it'll be a difficult little chip up the hill. But once again, second shot's not too long. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding putt.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
He has this putt for birdie. made it. Well, now the par fours begin to stretch out a little bit. The 15th here, Frank, is 475 yards.
Certainly want to put your big shoes on here. Nice big slinging draw off the tee might help go a little further. It does go downhill considerably, so you get a little bit more run out of the tee shot if you did that. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Pretty stout second shot here at the par 4 15th. And Frank, what's the right way to shape this one?
It's actually one of the few shots you probably want to hit left or right. Notice the entry of the green is more on that left side of the green. Green does pitch back to the player as well, so maybe a little cut in here for a change.
You can't ask for much more than that. About 5 feet away. Beautifully done. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Moving on to number 16 now. It's a par 4, 414 yards. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
It's another hole that'll favor a nice sort of high draw off the tee. It'll set up that second shot to a green that has got several different levels on it.
Frank, club selection so important on this second shot here at the 16th.
Yeah, any time that the elements don't work in your favor, and by that I mean here the false front, everything rolling back, then you've got to actually be more aggressive, and you're going to get the reward. So it's not like playing reckless golf. It's just the terrain dictates that you fly the ball every inch of the way.
Had a birdie here yesterday in their close. Great opportunity for another one. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. So close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now to the 17th, 374 yards, and Frank, players might be licking their chops here.
They certainly would, Rich. Bunkers left and right, but they can be carried with an aggressive tee shot. And it'll set up just a short iron into a green that pitches towards you. So maybe just a little bit underneath the flag with a second shot. And really a chance to have a fast finish.
Frank, it may be obvious you'd rather have a ball sitting up perfectly in these fairways as opposed to the deep rough off to the left or right. But how is a player able to take advantage when he has that good lie?
Well, anything better than that would be sitting on a tee. That is a perfect lie. It almost guarantees good contact.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable, that never deviated offline.
Trying to make yet another birdie. Man,
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Locked in on the read and the speed. That is a solid par putt. Well, here we are at the final hole here at Banff Springs, 578-yard par 5, and Frank, a chance to finish the round with a flourish.
If you're one of the fortunate to hit this fairway, it's very reachable, but well protected by bunkers, left, right, central bunkers as well. You really have to be aware of two things, the wind direction and exactly how far you can carry that tee shot if you want to find this fairway.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it. There's always advantage of hitting it further than most, Rich, and straighter than most. When you put the two together, it's just straight up a head start.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at Eagle coming up.
It's that sneaky distance.
So close. How does that not go in? So a tester from 4 feet. Right in the heart. There you have it. The second round is complete. Another solid effort put together, and it shows on the scorecard.
And after 2 rounds, you really start to see not only who's playing well, but who's consistent.
CBC Naruto over and out. And also shout out to the 2019 World Series happening today, Game 3, Washington Nationals. And Juan Soto's on the team. It's his birthday today. Shout out to that. Just had birthday, Juan Soto. And they're going to do their best to win. And it went on Juan Soto's birthday today. And today's October 25th, 2019. And the rest of the Houston Astros up 2-0 in the series. And they win today, or tonight, whatever you want to call it. Both. Today and tonight. They'll be up 3-0 in the series. Also, shout out to Cody Modern Warfare coming out today, October 25th, 2019. That's going to be exciting. That is exciting. That is exciting. And so, yes. Also, shout out to that. And shout out to NBA games, of course, happening tonight. Opening week continuing. 2019-2020 NBA season. It's the Dallas Mavericks versus the New Orleans Pelicans and the Utah Jazz versus the Los Angeles Lakers. All games could be exciting. LeBron James, I think it's after Los Angeles. Yeah, it's at Staples Center. So Los Angeles and with LeBron James, Anthony Davis versus Donovan Mitchell. That's gonna be exciting. And of course, the New Orleans Pelicans with Zion Williamson gets back. That's gonna be exciting. And yeah, exciting games all around, amazing all around. And yes, shout out to that too. And with all that being said, CBC Naruto over and out.